Hey, it's James Lynch back with another review video. I know it's been a while, and in today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the nurecover Sauna Pro. This is their new sauna, the 2025 edition, that does not use your typical steam sauna. This is a heater sauna, so a little bit different than the ones I've reviewed here before on the channel. And full transparency before we go any further, nurecover did send me this product to review and try out, but I am going to give you my full and honest review here. There was no cash involved. It was just them sending me the product. So just wanted to get that out of the way before we go any further. And also make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit that notification bell. Really helps out this channel a lot. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers on this channel. First, let's go do an unboxing of the product here. So came in a package, very nicely put together, and you've got all the materials there. And one of the things I love about this company is it makes it very easy to set things up. Took me probably about 25 minutes. I know they say about 5 minutes setup on the website. I think it takes a little bit longer than that, but still, I am not hands-on or savvy whatsoever when it comes to putting things together. And even I figured it out. One of the big differences between this sauna and some of the other saunas that I've reviewed before is the quality of the rods. They're using some sort of aluminum metal on the rods, and it's got this really nice foam coating on it, which I really think gives it that premium feel and doesn't feel like the flimsy plastic ones that you get with most of the saunas out there. One of the things I was curious about was the sauna cover, and it is a little bit thinner than I would like. If you compare this, for example, to the sauna box cover's a lot thicker and I think covers the heat a little bit better, but very small thing here from nurecover. I think overall I do like the build quality of it. Just wish it was a little bit thicker to retain that heat a little bit better. All right, so I got everything set up here. You'll see I got the LED lights in here, which look pretty cool. When they are charged, they're battery powered. The one thing I would have liked is if they had like a pouch or something to put this in. It kind of just hangs here. These are 4 AA batteries that go in there. Also would have been nice maybe if there was an option to have them be like USB charged or have like a battery, but it still looks pretty cool in there. There's the chair. Now the actual device itself right here, so you'll see the plug on the bottom that's right there. It seems like this is supposed to go right here, but as you can see, the little lever it has to attach on doesn't really go properly. Kind of just hangs here a bit. There is a screw that goes in here, but I wasn't able to fit it in with how thick these rods are, if you see how thick the rods are. But yeah, that's the setup, fairly roomy. I'm about 6 feet tall, 200 pounds. This is the view that I have from in here. It's pretty spacious. One thing I like is that it comes with the thermometer, which is cool. So we'll give this a shot and see how this looks. So I'm gonna go get my bathing suit on. I'm gonna let this go for a little bit. This will be my first time ever going in the sauna. It says it gets up to 185 Fahrenheit, which is really great. So we'll see if it does end up doing that. Yeah, so you'll see here the max says 158. It was advertised as 185, so we'll see if it actually does that. And as far as the timer goes, set this for about 60 minutes. I'm gonna let this go for about 20 minutes before I hop in, but we'll see how warm this does end up getting. One more thing I forgot to mention, I added some towels on the bottom here because if I'm gonna be sweating, it's much easier to wash towels than it is to wipe the floor. So got some cheap towels from the dollar store, threw those in there. And I can tell you right now, it's only been a couple minutes, but I'm already feeling the heat on here. I think this is gonna be super hot. So I'm gonna go get my bathing suit on and come back in here in about 20 minutes. I'm gonna set a timer on my watch. And then when I go back in, I'll tell you how hot it is and give you my thoughts on the sauna. Alrighty, so it's been about 15 minutes. Gonna go try this out and see what the temperature's at. Let's go check that out first before we do anything, and let's see how this is. And ooh, yeah, I'm feeling that. So right now the temperature is up to 147. Let me see if I can zoom in there and you can see it. See that? 147 Fahrenheit, so not bad. Still not the 185 that they were saying, but it's gonna be pretty warm in there. I will give you my thoughts after I'm out. So I am about to step in and have my first sauna in the nurecover. Excited for this one, and I'll come back in about 15 minutes. I'll let you guys know. Okay, so I have just finished about 15 minutes in there. You can see me right now. I am sweaty. Yeah, pretty warm. It's pretty impressive, the heater that it has in there. I actually really like it. I found it was warm the entire time. Good temperature. Like I said, didn't go up to that, 185 Fahrenheit, but I thought still for the fact that it was going pretty high up into the 50s was very encouraging, and I think this thing works great. It's awesome. I think the heater itself is absolutely as advertised. Very impressed with just how easy it was to set up and the overall feel of everything, and I'll give you my pros and cons here. Okay, let's go over some of the pros and cons about this sauna that I like and some of the things I didn't like. One of the things I really liked was the fact that it's very easy to set up. I really like this heater. I do think it's premium and high quality and very easy to use. Just a couple up and down buttons, your timer. Very straightforward. That's always a nice feature to have when it comes to a home sauna. It's also reasonably sized. Like I said, I'm 6 feet tall, 200 pounds. I fit in there pretty comfortably. Glad they made this a little bit bigger for people like myself. And I think for most people, it is going to fit what you're needing. Like I mentioned previously, the rods on this are very high quality, does give it that premium feel. That's something small that I think does go a long way with this, is that you're not going to have to worry about this thing breaking down or a rod busting or anything like that, especially if you're trying to move this around a lot. I think that's a nice plus, is that the rods are very high quality. And like you saw after I got out of the sauna, I was drenched in sweat. It absolutely does what it's supposed to as far as giving you that nice sauna experience. It's one of the hottest saunas I've ever reviewed, and it certainly gives you that nice feel of not having to go to like a YMCA or a wood sauna to get that really good sauna feel. This one does a very good job of that. And another feature I really enjoy is that you can really set this up anywhere. I happen to have this in my kids' living room, my play area, just because I had some other stuff in the garage and it was not a bother at all. This thing is very easy to transport and move around. So this is great for people too who maybe want to take this on the road or whatever. All right, let's get to some of the things I didn't like about the sauna. So the first thing is the LED lights. They're just cheaply made in my opinion. I don't really think they go along this red light therapy, sort of trend that's been going on right now, which by the way, I have reviewed some red therapy stuff on this channel. You can check that out, but it just feels like kind of a cheaper LED light that's attached to it. And I didn't like the fact that the batteries didn't have anywhere you could sort of hold it. You kind of had to use the clips to keep it on. I worry about that a little bit. I also wish it wasn't battery powered, but a very small thing. But if they are going to advertise it as red light therapy, I don't think this is a big feature that you need in this sauna. I think if you are going to do the red light therapy stuff, get it from a company that actually specializes in red light therapy. The biggest con about this, I would say, is the fact that I couldn't get it up to 185 degrees Fahrenheit. They did advertise this, so it wasn't able to live up to that. And I've seen other reviewers say the same thing. Maybe I did something wrong, but to me, if you're going to advertise something, you should live up to that. Like I said, it got about as warm as like about 160 degrees Fahrenheit. It didn't get to that point of the 185 in my opinion. So that to me is a bit of a con. And another thing I didn't like was that I think the material could be a little bit thicker. A very small thing, because I do think it gets you warm enough, but it would have been nice to have the material a bit thicker, a bit more durable, especially if you are going to be taking this traveling somewhere. You don't want to have to worry about the material ripping and having to get a new one. All right, so my overall thoughts are I would recommend this sauna, especially for people who are looking to get into the home sauna market. It does get very warm. It's very easy to set up. It's very beginner friendly, I guess is the best way to put this. So I think if you do not have a sauna already, I would highly recommend it. Now, if you do have a home sauna already, say something that's more of a steam sauna or something along those lines, I don't think it's a huge difference. I think if you have one, I would not recommend upgrading to this one, but I think this is perfect for someone that is just going to go out there and buy their first home sauna. And it's reasonably priced in my opinion, because you are getting a sauna that is much hotter. I know there's a lot of saunas out there that you can find on Amazon that are a lot cheaper, but you're not going to get that same amount of heat that you're getting with this, not to mention the simplicity of being able to put this together. So I think, again, I would recommend this if you are looking to buy a new sauna. If you're someone that already owns one, I would say I don't really think you need to upgrade unless you don't want to be in a steam sauna. That is one benefit, I should say too, because if you're in a steam sauna, especially if you want to be on your phone, you have to protect your phone basically. I was able to bring my phone into this one and didn't really have to worry about it being too warm or damaging my phone. You do have to worry about that with the steam sauna, so that is kind of another plus. Let me know in the comments what you think of this sauna, whether you've tried it out before, or if you're looking to get one and have some questions, I'd be more than happy to answer them. But like I said, a very overall positive experience with the nurecover Sauna Pro. I thought they did a great job with this one, and I'm excited to see what they come out with in the future. Follow me on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, at Lynch on Sports. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. I will be doing more review videos in the future. My name is James Lynch. Appreciate you watching, and I'll see you next time.